So hello there, it's been a long time I came up, but I'm using these different types of pencils here. There's a sharp edge one, there's a bit blunt one, there's a 2B pencil to double shade it, and this is the eye color that we were going to use today, and this is my regular gel pen. There you go. And I'm gonna use all of this to make this. So I've been practicing on this realistic eye lately a lot, and I found little easy ways to do this, which I generally do landscapes and floral designs a lot, but this one thing fascinated me. I mean, every time when I see someone draw or something, I feel like, how are they doing this? It's really so beautiful. Then I realized, like, I'll give it a shot and see why it is making me so hard, or why is it easy or hard. So there you go. Let's start with this then. Okay, so I'm taking, you can pick any pencil, any regular pencil, and then let's start. There you go. Then to start with this, I'll tell you simple steps. I mean, I'm breaking this down, so let's see how this works. Okay, there you go. The basic steps is the general eye. Let's imagine if I'm painting, if I'm trying to draw the left eye now. The first step would be to give this little curve here. Okay, so very little curve, and then from there we just go down. This will take you up like this. It's more like a reversed boat. Okay, see, I gave a little kind of curve here. This is one style. Same, I would do the same thing for this. I would go up, flat. This would be straight, and then go to reach the other part. Now what we do is try to practice a little circle like this, and it's not really a circle, is it? Sorry. There you go, something like that. Strike off a line here, and that's what we're going to introduce into this. Strike off a line, and then we're going to introduce into this ball. Some say the ball doesn't touch down. For some, it does. Maybe just like that. Okay. And when you see you have a second line, if you look into the mirror right before you draw, you always have the second line. By the way, this was my first trial, and it was a massive disaster. I didn't really like how I gave these beautiful strokes here, where I kept practicing, and when I tried on this one, I realized that I'm giving a bit too much. If you observe, this one got a bit better, but if you observe this one, it really got I mean, just like straight lines. I just started giving some straight lines, which didn't work. So eye is good, but whatever I tried to give the shade here, the hair here didn't work very well. Coming to this, I practiced very well on this one. So this is a bit realistic, much closer I should say. So let's work on that now. We're going to give a double line, giving it just that distance, and then just release it smoothly like this. This doesn't have to start from here. Maybe we can cut down to this part here. So we'll try on this. Something like that maybe. Yeah. The same way we're gonna go until here. Just a close border kind of a thing. Okay. So let's try drawing this round ball here. Now try to cross it down. And wherever you cross it, just make it a beautiful circle here, as if that's going to be the important spot. That will be our center, and this will be the light shading area where we'll shade every of this part, just like how we did for everything. I just crossed it like this and then I shaded this part. There you go. Every part we do it like this, okay? The next step will be, again, the important step here is the view of this one, like how it expands and contrasts kind of a thing. So what we do, we just give it a nice circle and then I strike off this part like this. Okay, now I'm shading this part and I leave that part there like that. Now there is, imagine there is 2 circles here like this, and then what we do, give a stroke just like, okay, stroke, small strokes, stroke, small stroke, stroke, small stroke. I'll try to follow that. Let's see, stroke, small stroke, stroke, small stroke, stroke. That now what I'm doing next line, this one will be my inner ones. If you see, there are wonderful artists outside who do in different patterns. I felt this is more comfortable. So what I do, this is when the blunt pencil comes, because I'm shading now. I use a kind of, if you don't need to have a 2B pencil compulsory. Just use a tip blunt pencil, like this is why I kept it here. See, the tip is a bit blunt if you see. So, and then it's one long, one short, one long, 2 shorts, one long, 2 shorts, heartbeat kind of a thing maybe. Whatever, just practice on a simple paper. I'm starting from here again. I'm trying to blend in. Don't leave the gaps. Maybe like this. If you find anywhere anything confusing or different from your opinion, just let me know in the comments. It's all about, it's not always about perfection. It's about how you enjoy, what style do you use, because there are, everybody have done the realistic eyes now, but it's all about, sometimes you feel comfortable when one artist shows in one way, saying that, oh, this is better. That is how I learned. So, and most of the time I look in the mirror myself, assess myself. So this is what happened. There you go. It doesn't look like much, but when it's finished, it'll give you that wonderful look. There you go. Write the same technique inside. Okay, so we're going to implement this one. We're going to put the same thing into this eyeball and then start giving the strokes on the top. Okay, so for the stroke part, when you think about the realistic eyelashes now, if you observe them closely, I'll try to use this one. So give it a flick, throw it off as if you want to say it's just like that. If it is too straight, it's generally not straight. So give it a curve, give it a curve, maybe like this. One more time. We're just trying to curve them a little bit, like, sorry, I'll just, that's easier. There you go. I don't want to do it from the top because this will be too strong on the top, so I'll just throw from bottom. Why I asked for a blunt pencil is, if you observe, there are double lines here. That will do the job for us. There you go. See? And we're going to double them now. Most of the time the job is being done because of this blunt double pencil. That's the only reason why I choose to have. I felt it more me kind of thing. But if you feel any different, use whatever way you felt it comfortable as. The bottom line, when you come to the bottom line, generally bottom line doesn't have as many or as wider, or so what I'm doing here is I'm giving very little, see, only that little. I hold up my pencil carefully without throwing it not too much. But for the top one, as the girls generally fancy, throw it. Don't be scared to throw that beautiful one along. I'm sorry, this is again the wrong one. It shouldn't be standing up. It has to be really beautiful like this. Now that's perfect eyelashes, I should say. There you go. Okay. Now let's put all of them together in one shot. Let's start with, where did the card go? Okay, let's start in this card. We are implementing all of that we practiced here in this card, and then we're going to start. We'll start with a nice beautiful shape. As I said, the first step will be, there you go. I'm going with the flow. Take your time. I can't cover it completely without seeing this part, so just a little. How much the size of the eye do I want? There you go. That looks good for me. And this goes. There you go. Okay. Luckily, we humans have different types of eyes, so we are not constrained to only one type. Here we learned the lesson not to go too far. So I'm just starting over from here. I'm not going too hard. I'm just go really light because this will be blended very well in, and I'm just stopping over there. If it is necessary, we can always stretch it back. And I'm giving a bottom line just. Okay, that should do. Now our second lesson will be about the circle, to make sure it's round this time, not too fiddly. Okay. Not bad. I can still work on this, but since we're just outlining with the pencil now, I'm happy with this result. Now what I do, now this has to be marked strong, so I'm using a nice round pencil with a sharp edge and then make it a circle. Try to mark this in a very light manner. Okay, so again I'm gonna shade this in just like that will do. And before doing anything else, what I do is, because last time I tried shading in first, like with my pencil, and then if I try to color it like this one, I felt this is not much enough. So what I'm doing now is, I'll try to shade in with this first. Soft, nice and soft, as if delicately rather than bluntly. And there you go. Nice sea green eyes. Ready? Alright, now let's see. I'm using my pen because I'm confident. If you're not, don't do this. Practice. As you have seen, I have practiced like 20 times, more than 20 times in fact, just to get that accuracy of it. Just give it a go. Keep practicing. Don't be scared at all for anything. And then I'm outlining this now carefully. There you go. Just complete this, so it'll be, I'm giving a very little light bottom line as well. Then now there you go. This is also beautifully done. Does this really look like a circle? Experiment with whatever you have, see how it goes. As I said, I'm doing this zigzag. Where is it? Here it is. I'm trying to do this zigzag wherever I'm trying to put it in now. Okay, let's practice the zigzag on this one. I'm gonna put one, and then one small, just one. That's it. Nearly done. Brilliant. Following almost the same pattern here as well. Observe the spacings. Where there is bottom line, don't go and hit the top line as well. Try to maintain the space, so you will show the gap between them as if it's got its gap kind of thing. There you go. It's turning out beautiful as we expected. There you go. Now comes the little spikes. See, I'm still a bit nervous on giving the spikes, so let's go with a blunt pencil and then let's practice here and then go. I'm halfway through. I just went one more, and then now here I'm going to turn back. See, the line will be your what do you say that as, to check how big and how small you go. So now I'm happy with this, so I go and touch the other stuff. Generally, if you observe, you don't have so many of eyelashes there, so just one or two will be really protruding, so go ahead and show those things. Okay, once you're happy with this, then go strong with the pen. As we shown here, it's double strokes, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Same here, 2, 1 and 2. Here halfway through I went on the top, but here I'm going exactly on the half just to make it much realistic. I'm going to go with the pen, the same thing. Don't worry, because see, when I tried, these two are nice and symmetry, but this is odd. So what I do, I try to blend in with other stuff, give an extra flick here. So as I mentioned, I always felt art is not about the perfection, but it is about how you like to do it. There you go. Throw them nice and free, but keep in control. I would say a smudger or a toothpick, not a toothpick, toothbud, sorry. You could use that to smudge. I'll show you how you do that. Just like that. Something like that. Now, keeping a distance, a nail distance, and then I'm just gonna go with the eyebrows. Again, I'll go with the pencil first, just to see how it looks, and then we're gonna go. Before I go, I would like to show you a little smudge here. There you go. I'm just using a toothpick, sorry, toothbud. And then once your pen is dry, just rub around this corner just to make it feel like it's all. This will create wonders. I mean, I never realized that this will have this kind of impact. There you go. Once you're happy, go with the eyebrows. Give yourself a little margin, not go too crazy on the eyebrows. Don't make it look crazy. There you go. We'll try the same. Okay. Since I have a line with pencil now, I can confidently go with my pen. Keep drawing. Every time every eye turns out in a different way, I feel. See, this has more smudging effect and this doesn't. What we do, we give that. And then we smudge it. Smudge it out. There you go. This is the color that which I think this is the one. Yeah. I hope you liked it. If you do, just let me know in the comments what you think or what needs to be added, because I'm doing this for fun. So let me know what you think about it. Yep. Thanks. Cheers. Bye.